Hello everyone, and thank you for stopping by my YouTube channel, Get Crafty with Sally. My name is Sally Poole. I am an independent demonstrator with Stampin' Up, and today I'm going to show you how I made this card. And this card was created with a few items out of the new Sale-a-Bration catalog. So I have used the Softly Sophisticated bundle, which is a great stamp set, and it comes with the Softly Sophisticated 3D embossing folder. So that's what that looks like. And those can be found on page 8. Whoops, page 14 in the new Sale-a-Bration catalog. So you do get the stamp set and the embossing folder as a bundle. It is free with a purchase of $100 or more. And then also the paper that I've used is from a paper pack called Softly Stippled. Let's see if I can get all this in here. I am missing one of the papers because I already used all of it. And I don't have an example of the back of that, but that's what it looks like. Beautiful papers, and these coordinate with the Stippled Roses bundle, and I believe, I don't have that bundle yet. I believe that some of the dies cut out some of the flowers in the designer series paper. I hope I'm not misstating that. So this is on page 8, and it is free with a $50 purchase. So if you haven't ordered yet this month, you should do so and then get your free Sale-a-Bration items. So these are the items that you're going to need to make this card. And as always, I will have a PDF with all of the measurements and the supplies that I used posted below this video in the description box. I did go back to my post-it note method here, and these are some of the post-it notes that I bought a while back from Amazon. They are not post-it notes. I shouldn't even call them post-it notes, sticky notes. And I don't know if you can see this or not, but this kind of shows you the quality, the lesser quality. And I use post-it notes quite often, and I stick them on around the edge of my computer monitor and on my big cabinet in there that holds my computer. So it's kind of irritating to use these and stick them up on my wood cabinet and then have them fall off the next day. So anyway, enough about that. What you're going to need is and I've used basic white for the card base, 5.5 by 8.5, scored at 4 1/4, a piece of bubble bath cardstock, 4 inches by 5 1/4 inches, a piece of the designer series paper, 3 3/4 by 5 inches, and then a piece of basic white. And this is cut at 1 1/4 by 3 3/4. And then I've also embossed it with that Softly Sophisticated embossing folder. And you're going to need a piece of 4 by 5 1/4 basic white, and that's just for the inside of the card. and then a piece of basic white that's about 4.5 by 2.5, and that is to stamp the images and the sentiment for this little tag. The tag is from the Tailor-Made Tags die set, and I used the biggest one out of this set over here. So let's get started. I also have a piece of, about a 9-inch piece of the white crinkled seam binding ribbon, which is retired. You know, it's my favorite. I bought several rolls of it before it went away, and that's what I'm using today. I refuse to stop using it, Stampin' It. Bring it back, or at least bring back or offer us some kind of a nice white ribbon. So let's see. Let's start with if you're going to make more than one card, which I assume many of you will, and I made, gosh, I probably made, I don't know, 18 of these so far. Instead of using just this smaller piece, you can take half of a 8.5 by 11 sheet. This is cut at 4 1/4, so it's 4 1/4 by 11. And then you can stamp, I've been stamping 4 of them on here. So I'm going to take this larger stamp. That's this leafy stamp down here. And I'm going to get my pool party. And I was going to mention that it's nice to have pool party in some of these papers. We don't really get it very often, and I really like the color. So it's nice that we get a chance to use it. So I'm just going to tap my stamp in this ink pad. And then I'm going to give that a press on my paper. And I'll do a few of them here. And it's nice to have, you know, a couple, at least a couple, 3 or 4, in case you're making several cards or something doesn't turn out quite right. So I'll stamp 4 of them here and probably end up making more cards out of them. So there's that one. I'm going to set that aside for a minute. I'm going to grab my bubble bath ink. And it's kind of light. Grab my glasses here. Make sure I get these stamps lined up. So I'm going to get some ink, bubble bath ink, on this next stamp. And I'm going to see if I can line it up without sticking my head in the camera. There's a little, this little end over here. It kind of fits right into this little flower bottom, I'm going to call it. And then the bottom of this larger flower kind of fits right down here into this greenery. So I'll turn that a little bit, line up that. Hopefully my head's not in the camera. Line that one up, give it a press. There we have it. We'll do another one and probably foul it up. Line up the big flower and the little bud. Give that a press. And there we have it. So those are pretty easy to stamp and they come out really nice. So then I also stamped, there's several really nice sentiments. Hello there, you're in my thoughts and I really appreciate you. So I did use the I really appreciate you on this one. I am going to use the hello there this time, and I'm going to stamp it in Pool Party. For this particular card, I'm not sure, this has kind of a lot of flourishy things on it, the you're in my thoughts. I'm not sure that it'll fit on that tag. You could try it. It might cut off part of the flourishy stuff. So I'm just going to go a little bit above my flowers and stamp my hello there. I'm going to hold it down a second and let that ink absorb into the paper. We'll do another one. So that's the stamping for that flower. And then you would just cut these out with your tailor-made tags die. And, you know, there's plenty of other dies that you could use that would fit on this. So go through your stash, see what you have, and grab whatever you like. So also, for the inside of the card, I have stamped the other little set. So the ones that we just stamped are the larger foliage one here, and then these flowers. Now we're going to do this one with these smaller flowers. So let me grab our inside piece of the card, and I'll grab the bottom greenery stamp, ink it up with Pool Party again, and I'll just gonna take the stamp a little bit off the bottom of the paper. And there's that. And then I'm also gonna stamp it on an envelope, which is always fun. Give the postal workers a little smile too along the way. So there's that one. We can close up our Pool Party ink now. Grab our bubble bath again. And then this one is a little more tricky to line up, but it also has a couple little bud things. So once you line up that one on the left and the top one, you'll pretty much have it made. Let me see if I can do this without sticking my head in there. Give that a good press. So that came out okay. That looks pretty good. That will work. I'll ink it up again and stamp an image on the piece that's going to go on the inside. Okay. There we have that. So for the image on the front of the card, the one that I used on the front, I actually put Wink of Stella on there. I don't know if you can see it or not. I didn't put it on the inside or the envelope, but you sure could. I'm not even going to hold it up to the camera because I do it every time and try to get it to show up, and it never does. But if you use it in person, you're gonna like it. I'll guarantee that. So let's get to putting the card together. So I'm going to take these little worthless sticky notes off of here. And the first thing I'm going to do, and I usually do this type of thing when I'm making multiple cards. Can you see these little lines that I've drawn on my grid paper? That is how I'm going to get this piece relatively even. I'm going to grab some green glue, put it on the back of my embossed piece. And I'm going to make sure that's lined up. And then I'll line those up with my lines on the grid. Give that a press, and that should be pretty straight. So next I am going to attach this with just some tape. You could use glue if you want, of course. And I'm going to have to stand up so I can get it straight. Hopefully I won't bump the camera. Make sure that I got that the way I want it. So we'll place that on our piece of bubble bath. Try to get all of the margins kind of even. And then I'm going to use my tape roller again and attach the bubble bath piece to my card base. Let me give this another good press with my bone folder. So let's try to line this one up and make the margins all equal around it. And then I'm just going to take my tag and I'm going to put some dimensionals on the back. And for those of you that don't know what dimensionals are, they are little foam pieces that have adhesive on both sides. So this side is sticky and it's sticking right down onto my tag. Now I'm going to peel off these little covers, which will expose the adhesive on this side. So if you've never used these little dimensionals, you should get some because you will love them. So then I'm going to place this on the front of my card. And now I am going to make a bow. Some of these cards, and I'll show you some more variations in a minute. Some of these cards I have colored the same ribbon with my bubble bath inks. This one is the light ink. This one is the dark ink. It's pretty vivid on the ribbon. And if you don't know how to do that, you just take your ribbon. I'll use the dark one so you can see it really good. And just use the big tip on your Stampin' blend and just color right on the ribbon. So you can color this ribbon to match any project that you want. It will dry a little bit lighter than that, but how fun is that? That's awesome. So bring back the ribbon, Stampin' Up. I am going to use my little bow maker because I stink at tying bows. So if you haven't seen these either, you can get these on Amazon or Etsy, or have your husband make one. They're just little dowels, and there's little holes that you can space them apart depending on the size of ribbon you want or bow that you want. So I just place this around the back, bring the right over left, and I usually make the right one a little bit longer than the left one. Go underneath, up over, bring it to the right, and then go underneath the left one and through the hole that your finger is in, and then just snug it up. And straighten out your little bow and your tails, and there you go. So easy. You can do double bows with that too. So I am just going to adhere this bow with glue dots. So I'll put a glue dot on the right side of that bow, and I'll get another one on the left side, and I'm almost to the end of my roll. Now I've got one stuck on my finger. Get rid of that. So I'm just going to take that and adhere it right below that little punched out hole on the tag. And then I'm going to take my tails, get my good scissors, and then cut the ends off a little bit. Should have stamped that a little bit lower, it looks like. And so for this one, I am using the Glossy Dots assortment. It does have the bubble bath on it. So let me see if I can get them off of here with my tweezers. And I'm going to put one over here to the left. That was a medium one. And then I'll put a smaller one, maybe right here. That was painful. And it's going to be painful again. And a smaller one right down here. And then let's not forget to put our inside piece on the card. So there we have it. What do you think of that card with the matching envelope? Isn't that fun? So that one is with just the ribbon left white. Here's another one with the ribbon in, that is the light bubble bath. This one is the dark bubble bath, and then this also is another paper that's in that same pack, and this is the one that I've already used both of the sheets. So I can't even show you a sheet of that paper. Or, let's see, Yes, I do have, that's what the back of that one looks like. So that looks like wild wheat, but this really is a beautiful, nice textured looking paper. It looks like you could actually feel the texture on it, but you can't. Okay, so there is the card for today. Don't forget about Sale-a-Bration. Get your free goodies. I also was going to mention, oh, this one, I did put the Pearl Basic Jewels on this card. This one, I also did Pearl Basic Jewels, and I colored them with Bubble Bath Stampin' Blends markers. The Pearl Basic Jewels are retired, just like the crinkle ribbon, but like I've said 1,000 times, I'm not going to quit using it. And I was going to also mention that if you don't have this ribbon or anything else that you think might work, there currently is a 3/8 inch sheer ribbon combo pack that has bubble bath ribbon in it that is available. So you could get that and use it for this card. It would be great. So let's see. I think that's it. Don't forget, if you place an order with me, I will refund your shipping, the regular shipping on an order of $60 or more. So I will just write you a check and send that out to you with a card. So you can get a hold of me if you have any questions about that. Again, I appreciate you stopping by here and spending some time with me today. I would appreciate it if you would give me the thumbs up, share my video with your friends and family, and it would be awesome if you would subscribe to my channel. Thanks so much, and I'll see you next time. Bye.